Okay, so we got the interior back together. We've got the houndstooth seat from USA One Industries, and I went with them because they have this combination in particular. So as factory options, you could get the green houndstooth with green vinyl, or you could get the black vinyl with a gray houndstooth. But what they've done is they've combined the two together, so it's a factory look option, but was never actually an option. But I liked it because that was kind of what I was switching this truck to, is black and green. So it used to have a white vinyl bench, and then the tan painted dash, and white visors, and then it had a black vinyl floor. So now we've got carpet and houndstooth and a green and black theme. And I like the way it came out. I got these Chevy logo sill plates from LMC. And then we've got new pedal pads. The gas pedal was just polished. We're using a headlight kit. Turned out pretty good, I think. Got a new pull handle. And then I got a separate video showing the rebuild of the vents. And as far as the instrument cluster goes, the only thing that was replaced was the trim bezel. And then the gauges we painted, and again I've got a video showing that. Some of you may have noticed that this seems a little out of place. Well, not out of place, but off for a 72. That's because this is off of an earlier generation column. I liked the look of it better, so I swapped it over to that. Took a little bit of modification in the lens that goes inside of there, but now it's a little more streamlined, and you've got the silver color instead of the black plastic. So I just liked it better. Again, new visors. That's where I decided to put the microphone for the Retro Sounds phone hookup. I'm really liking this stereo, especially after getting the subwoofer installed. That just simply tucked down under the seat, and then here's the remote controller. I just used some Velcro and hooked it up there. So let's see what else we got going on here. You may notice the doors haven't been done yet. That's going to be its own separate project. We'll replace these, put the small street mirrors on, things like that. Got a new dome lamp LED with the chrome trim. And overall, I think the paint turned out pretty good. I've got a couple areas I've got to redo. I bumped something and a bunch of dust landed on the glove box. So when I do the doors, I've got to sand that down and redo it. I don't know if you guys can see it. Anyways, I'm not happy with that. I also scratched the dash somehow, going all back together, so I'll have to touch that up. But this paint from 66 Auto Color went down pretty good. It does spray really close to an actual professional sprayer, and it's much more convenient. It's convenient like a rattle can, although you do need to, once you mix it, because it's got two different chambers, one has the color, one has the hardener, and once you combine the two and shake it up, you've got about, I think it's 9 to 12 hours of time to use it up. So now here's what I really want to show you, is how I sit in this thing. So now this is the view I have going down the road with the new cushion and the spring repairs. Before, it's not an exaggeration, that was my view before. And this is my view now. So I can actually see a little bit of the cowl. That's how high up I am now. Matter of fact, I'm so high up that I have hit my head on this a couple times getting out. So it's a big difference. It's much more comfortable in here. It's nice, everything works now. I repaired the washer pump while I was in here. That's nice. So that's never worked. So we really went through it. It went from starting out just the seat and carpet to pretty much a full interior restoration. I've still got a couple little things. I'm going to change the steering wheel out at some point. I need to replace this aftermarket mirror with a proper reproduction one at some point. And I'd like to get some better seat belts. I got these years ago through LMC. I don't remember the name of this brand. It's a very common aftermarket brand. I see it all over for different applications. And they work, but they're a little touchy getting them out. Like that wasn't too bad. See, as you can see, it's easy to just trying to get them out to buckle up. They like to lock up a lot. I'd also like to get something that has a more factory look latch. So if you guys are aware of anything, feel free to leave it down in the comments, because I'd love to source something a little more appropriate out, a little nicer to use. I just haven't come across anything better yet. But I think this turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. The color, I can definitely see this being what the original paint looked like. I mean, you can see this 49-year-old paint is just a smidge darker, but I think this is just, I think it's just the way it's aged over time. I could be wrong. Could be that maybe I didn't quite find the right paint coat. I'm pretty sure I did in my research, and this definitely looks appropriate. I believe they called it emerald green, and depending on the literature, sometimes they just called it the dark green. I don't remember the paint coat off the top of my head, but it definitely looks right. It's what I've always envisioned for the truck, and I'm very excited to get more of this done as time and funds allow. But for now, it's back together, and we're just enjoying the heck out of it. We even did some things like this got replaced, new seals on the windows, because those actually came out to do the painting, and a couple little touches, things like found the reproduction jack sticker. I think you can see that. Yeah, so we put a new one of those in, got the jack down in there. So yeah, we got a bunch of those touches done, and I'm very happy with it. It's been much nicer to drive with the new position of the higher seat and everything working and everything looking sharp. So I'm very happy with it, and can't wait to get into the next stage of this.